I'm just sitting down to film this video today because I felt called to share more of my mental health part of my journey through this weight loss. So, a little backstory on me. I moved my junior year of high school from Michigan to Texas. So, I moved across the country and I knew no one. I had lived in Michigan my whole life for 16 years, and then I'm moving across the country where I don't know anyone, the culture is different, and so that was hard on me in and of itself because I was just moving across the country. And when I had moved, that was the best summer of my life. I spent it with all my friends, everyone I loved, and it was great. But over the course of the year, I was starting to trying to make friends, but it's also my junior year, which meant SATs, keeping my GPA up, taking AP classes. So it was just, junior year is just hard on you mentally, no matter what. So moving across the country away from everyone who ever knew me didn't really help. But it was also, I tried to look at it as a way to start fresh, start anew, recreate my own self and kind of find who I was without everyone else's opinion because no one knew me. I could be me and not be judged because no one had any prior knowledge of who I was. So over the course of junior year, I started making friends, but I didn't have best friends because they didn't know me. It's not like we could build history off of knowing each other for 2 months. So I didn't have close friends, but I had friends, so that was good. But I guess with the stress of AP classes like calculus, not a fun class, and just SAT studying, I guess I just put on weight and I didn't really realize it. Sometimes I kind of was I don't look like the girls on my soccer team, but then again, we're just not built the same. But then by the end of the year, I realized it was actually an issue, my weight, because I stepped on the scale on the last day of school and I was 170 pounds. And I just broke down crying because I'm 5'5", 170 is heavy. So I was just I gotta do something. My clothes weren't fitting or anything. So I knew that I'm not the kind of person who can do something for themselves. I don't know why, but I was I want to lose weight. But I didn't really tell anyone that, and I kind of just kept that to myself. I bought a gym membership, and my mom knew that and everything, but I didn't want to tell everyone, because then if I didn't do it, everyone would be oh, she's lazy, she doesn't actually want to commit to herself. So I made this thing up with my friend Kay. I love Kay. We played soccer together. We were really close. And I was Kay, how about if I lose 20 pounds, I'll play varsity soccer with you next year. And I really didn't think I could lose 20 pounds. I was there's no way. That's a lot of weight to lose, and I've never been able to lose weight like that. I can lose maybe 2 or 3 pounds, but that's about it. So I was Kay, I'll do soccer with you. And since I told myself I was doing it for someone else, I think that's what motivated me more. So I started keto. I had been doing a lot of research on it. No one really knew that. And I started going to the gym. Every day in the summer, I'd wake up at 7, and I'd go to the gym for 2 hours from 8 to 10 with my sister. And I would just do a bunch of cardio and lifting. And then, and I started keto a couple weeks into the summer, and I did fasting, and then I got into ketosis, and it was just life-changing because it clears your mind, and you just feel happy all the time and everything. But my self-image didn't really, like, it's hard to explain. Like, I was happy that I was losing weight, like, I was so happy, but I thought I would look so much different at 150 than I actually did. I was happy because, like, I was fitting into my clothes again instead of, like, not being able to button my jeans. But, like, I don't know, I just thought I would look a lot skinnier, I guess. So I wasn't really happy with that, but by the time, like, I went for a 2-month period, like, mid-June to, like, mid-August, the 2-month span, like, for summer, I dropped 24 pounds, and I was like, yay, I can do soccer now, like, Kay, I did it. And then Kay was like, I don't want to do soccer anymore, and I was just like, oh, like, that's fine, like, I get it. So then I was just more focused on my own journey at that point, I guess, and I was like, okay, now it's up to me. Like, if I want to lose more weight, like, it's all on me. And that, like, taking it on for myself was a huge step for me. But I don't know, there's a lot of struggles that go through girls' minds, like, whenever they're looking in the mirror or, like, putting on bathing suits. So I don't know, like, there was days when I wouldn't eat, and I knew that, like, I know that's unhealthy, like, you need to eat, I know that, but I would just look in the mirror and I'd be like, I'm not where I want to be, like, how do I get there? So, and it's so hard to eat keto when you're going out with your friends and you're always at, like, fast food places. So I tried to just, like, stick low carb, like, I wasn't in ketosis, like, at all my senior year. But I was, like, looking in the mirror every morning, every night. I would weigh myself every morning, every night. Like, if I gained any weight, I'd, like, throw a fit, like, mentally. And I was like, Megan, you're not where you should be. Like, you need to, like, get on your shit. So I kept going to the gym every day. Like, I had an off period in school, and I would go to the gym, and I would go back and pick up my brother from school. So I was still going to the gym, I was still eating low carb, and luckily, like, weight kept coming off. But, like, I'm happy with how I look, but it's, like, so hypocritical of me because, like, I always, like, get down on myself. I always, like, if I look bloated, I'm just like, what are you doing wrong? So self-love is definitely a mental journey, and I don't know if you can ever, like, I don't know if I'll ever be able to, like, reach, like, the point of, like, I don't care, because I think I'll always care, like, what other people think of me. Like, I know when I walk through, like, the mall, like, people aren't like, oh, she's fat or anything, but, like, I tell myself that, and I think that's, like, I'm toxic to myself, and I know that. So I've just been trying to, like, work on, like, looking at myself in the mirror and complimenting myself, like, oh, you look good, oh, you can see your abs today, like, good job. And I just struggle with getting myself to eat sometimes because, like, I know I want to be skinny, and I know, like I just have this idea in my mind of, like, the Kardashians and, like, Kylie Jenner, and I'm just like, why can't I look like that? And I know, like, they have access to liposuction and editing and all these things, but it's real. Like, girls want to look like that, like me, and they're upset because they don't. So when they're not seeing the results they want, it gets really hard on them. So, like, I'm at the point where I love who I am, like, as a person, it just, like, I still I still struggle with, like, how I look. So, like, it's part of being a teenage girl. Like, every teenage girl struggles with how they look, and, like, that's normal. But I don't know. Keto helped me. It really did. It produced results. But if you're not in a healthy mental state before, it's not gonna get you into a healthy mental state after. Because you need to love yourself before you start a weight loss journey, I feel like. Because then you'll be more motivated. You won't get as down on days when it's hard at the gym. Like, it's just an overall easier process, and you're getting to love yourself more as you're progressing more in your body. So I just know that I've struggled with, like, mental health throughout this process, and it would have been so much easier if I had, like, truly loved myself. Like, I always preach self-love and everything on my social media, because I really want girls to love themselves and to be happy with who they are, because I think everyone's beautiful, and I think everyone, like, has their own thing, and, like, they should love themselves, and they should be able to be confident and get up and speak in front of people, and they shouldn't feel insecure about how they look or cellulite on their legs. They shouldn't, because everyone is beautiful, and everyone deserves to be respected and deserves to be able to love themselves. But it's just hard. It's hard in the social media society, and I thought that I would be happier if I was skinnier. Like, I literally told myself that. I was like, I will be so much happier when I'm skinny. Like, all these people out here saying, like, that's not true is, like, they're wrong. Like, I will be so much happier if I look better, if the number on the scale is lower. Like, I know I'll be happy. And I am happy, but like I said, I'm a teenage girl, and we live in a social media society, and it's hard. So I do love myself, but everyone has their struggles, and everyone deals with things differently. So anyone out there who's struggling and who wants to start a weight loss journey, I would just say to them to start a journey of self-love and acceptance before you try to start to lose weight, because it will be so much more rewarding if you love yourself and you don't get down on yourself and how you look as you're trying to lose weight. I know that my whole journey would have been a lot more peaceful inwardly if I had done that. So if you have any questions for me, or just want to talk to someone about anything really, or specifically like weight loss or keto, you can just feel free to hit me up. I'll put my Instagram in the caption again, and you can DM me or whatever. So thanks for watching, and I hope y'all have a good day.